All right, everybody, here we are, and it's Winging It with Ron. And this race obviously stands out. I circle it every year. It's a home race for me. And Sonoma, when you get to this track, you've got to make it into town, if not even a couple days ahead, and do some wine tasting. Last year, we had the pleasure of having some buddies out, and got to, I guess, indoctrinate them into nitromethane.
It's true.
So Ben Flanjik, some of you know him from The Bachelor, and I hate bringing it up.
It's all right, man. Sure. Yeah, it's something I did. It's a long time ago, but okay, it's part of my past.
My daughter loved meeting him last year. I was a good daddy for introducing him.
That's right.
And of course, he's buddies with the guys from Three Fat Guys, which we had a blast at. By the way, you probably all seen those posts, and I'm sorry for anything I did yesterday. But here we are, man. So this is a famous, as you can see, Mary's is kind of you grew up here.
It's an institution. It's a Sonoma institution, for sure.
He went to high school here. He grew up here, and he was telling me some great stories about growing up, going to school, and coming by here.
Yeah. Elementary school, they used to give out free breadsticks when we were little kids. So you'd be biking around town, and this was the stop. This was the hang.
Nice.
Yeah.
That is cool. Such a great little area.
It is.
So a lot of you fans, we kind of started this whole thing. Fans, will ask, hey, what music do you put on before you get in the car? Or where do you go hang out before a race? Or what restaurants do you guys like at a certain track? Yeah, that's kind of what started this whole thing. They kind of came up with the Winging It with Ron. I wasn't a big wings guy, and now I've become sort of a wings guy.
Okay.
And but the coolest part has been to go to these different areas and different tracks and kind of hang out with somebody that I wanted to pick to kind of fits.
I appreciate that,
track.
I appreciate it, buddy.
Yeah, and I had no idea you grew up here, so you fit even more so. But it was just cool to have you guys out, and I love having new people come out and stand at the starting line like you guys did last year, and then of course all the text messages you and your buddies.
Oh yeah, we've
long.
stayed in touch. And everything. We were like kids at a candy store, really. It was like you said, it was our first time at NHRA. We've been doing NASCAR. I've been doing NASCAR for 15 years, and I'm a total convert. Top Fuel is my thing now, and so I've recruited hard for this weekend. We got a whole new crew of people coming out. It's gonna be great.
Awesome. So you grew up here. Obviously, you got roped into doing the show.
Yeah.
And I mean, how much do you have to talk about it daily? Does it come up with somebody?
Not so much anymore. It was 10 years ago. It was a long time.
Yeah.
But and I think that like when I go to like the Midwest, people are like, hey, that guy looks familiar. But here it's like I'm here every day for the most part. And they're like, we've seen that guy 1,000 times. Who cares? Which is the way I like it.
You get a feeling sometimes when somebody's staring at you from across.
You know what that's like. I'm sure.
Like, oh, it's coming.
It's coming.
Yeah, it's coming.
Can I have your picture?
Yeah, right.
Tell me,
Aren't you that
I have a
guy?
question for you. Yeah.
All right. Well, we've got two flavors. We've been to a lot of places, a lot of different kinds of wings. I don't know that we've seen them this hefty and this big. I got to be honest with you. This is rare to see wings, especially back east. We went to one place that had pretty good size, but these are probably the meatiest looking. We've got two flavors.
They're probably California chickens, man. Where they say happy cows come from California. Chickens probably the same.
Well, we got a special guest too that's going to pop in and kind of tell us about it. Michael, who actually went to school with his daughter right here. Tell us about these two flavors. Obviously, this place has been around forever. Everybody talks about it, but the wings are famous.
Yeah. Mary's has been around since 1959. We grew up small, 7-table restaurant is where we started. Now we have 12 restaurants. The wings, like we have here, we have a spicy buffalo wing, which is a little tangy, and then we have a really nice flavorful lemonade, which is my personal favorite.
Lemonade.
And they both go great appetizers. Happy hour.
Yeah.
Wings down, beer,
Cold
wings
beer.
in a beer, there you go. Doesn't get much better.
Now it is qualifying today, so I don't get to have a beer. Ben is going to rub it in.
I've got one in the corner over here.
Yeah, there you go.
I could probably use one actually.
Yeah.
But thank you for having us. We're gonna dip into these two flavors. So we just normally just start eating. And
So do the lemon first, maybe, because it's.
I would do the lemon first because you'll get the flavor. Once you get the spicy buffalo, everything's going to be gone.
they're going to be sweat.
Yeah.
So let's not sweat first.
So the two dipping sauces they're both homemade. The ranch, the one with the parsley has got the ranch dressing, which is a total staple anywhere.
Yep.
You go, Mary's Ranch is there. And then the blue cheese. Blue cheese goes much better with the spicy buffalo.
All right.
The ranch is great with the ranch.
Good.
So dig in.
What's your take on sausage? I'm a traditionalist.
gonna ask
I
you the
don't.
same
I'm
thing.
not a big dunker.
Me neither.
I do like blue cheese over ranch personally, and I'm going to heed this advice. And
What about the
some
carrots
blue
and celery you usually get? I never eat it anyway, so I'm glad it's not here, honestly.
Yeah.
cheese? I'm a fan. Yeah, I'm a fan
Carrots?
of the that accoutrement.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He speaks French too.
I think it's fair.
What do you know?
If you're
Wine
gonna eat
people.
wings, you should eat wings.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
All
You
right.
can get veggies.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Thanks, boss. Appreciate it.
So, did you know, and I got to do this, I do this with everybody, because I learned the very first style. Do you know what this is called?
I used to.
I don't know. It's called a flat.
Oh, is this called a flat?
Okay. See, I learned that, and I've talked to a few people, and I feel like I'm an expert, but I'm not.
I didn't know that.
Now you know. It's
Now
a
I know.
drum and a flat. Do you know that?
There you go. No, I did not.
A drum and a flat.
Drum and a flat. All right.
Yeah, man. I like the Parmesan too. A little
Yeah,
dusting
good.
of Parm.
Yeah. That was good.
You know what?
Oh,
You know what else I
so
love?
good.
Actually, here's a pet peeve. It's when people don't fry the wing enough.
Mm-hmm.
When the skin's got to get to that right consistency. Otherwise, it can provide that like weird texture that's not so enjoyable. These are great.
I did this with Michael Waltrip, and he would literally, you can go find it on the internet, he would take the wing, he had a whole process he went through. Because I like, sometimes I'll take and I'll start pulling it apart and eating it like this,
Yeah.
and he was giving me a bad time. He called me Malibu Ron, because I was eating like I was in Malibu for some reason. But he would take it in one swoop, boom, and it'd be bone. Pretty talented.
That's very
Thank you.
talented.
Thank you, welcome. Man, these are meaty.
That's really good. All right, I'm gonna try a flat on one of these guys, and then move to. What's your? Is there a record? You haven't done like you've eaten 2 dozen of these things on
No.
Winging It With Ron?
No, but I'm not the guy that likes or can do spicy very much. Mm-hmm. We've had a couple of guests that did, and yeah. So I gotta usually kind of stop if it gets too spicy. Because you don't want to put a fire suit on.
I'm with you, pal.
So step on the gas and then have something go
All of a sudden
on
your
down
stomach-
below, you know what I mean? Your stomach, yeah.
Step on a different kind of gas.
You're sitting in the staging lanes, you're waiting, and people laugh, but it's true.
Well, your
What are you gonna do?
adrenaline.
If your stomach starts acting up and you're strapped in like we are, you can't get out and run to the bathroom. I mean, your next car up, right? What are you going to do? And then if you try to, sometimes you try to ease one out, which I've tried, and it doesn't go good, you're stuck in there,
You're stuck in there.
for a while.
Are you able to ease one out in that
Listen,
restraint?
You learn. It takes a lot of practice.
This conversation.
But here's the problem, and I will tell you. When you do have that gas and you do that in a fire suit, it leaks up into the fire suit and then it goes in the helmet. There's nowhere else to go. And it just gets in your helmet, and then you've got to turn the air on or flip your visor up to get it out. So I don't recommend you passing gas in a fire suit. No.
Noted. The next time I'm in a fire suit. I was in a fire suit once actually in a Indy car. I did 2 laps with Mario Andretti.
Oh yeah, I got to do
At
that
the
too.
Sonoma Raceway, sitting in the back seat. It was incredible.
Was it?
Oh my god.
I did it at Long Beach, and all I'm thinking is my legs kind of wrapped around him. He's in front.
Yeah.
If we crash, I'm not going to make the news. He is the biggest name in the world.
That's right.
Nobody's going to even know who the second guy was.
Yeah.
It could be Mauro Andretti and a guy.
And you have a few trophies of your own.
Got a few.
Yeah, right.
Still not like Mario.
Is that the spicy one? Or are you
No,
oh, okay,
not
okay,
even,
okay.
I haven't gotten there yet.
All right. I'm gonna work my
All
way
right.
into spicy.
All right, let's do that.
The traditional buffalo. This is my favorite kind of wing. Just traditional sauce. This was great though. Actually, I come here and eat these guys. I would order these.
Would you?
I would. I like these a lot. They're quite good.
Everybody keeps telling me to order meatballs. You got some famous meatballs?
We got good meatball. Yeah.
Do it. Take those to the track.
It's funny. We were talking about these dressings, right?
Yeah.
The Mary's Italian dressing is one of my.
Somebody just told me about
It's
it.
one of my favorites on the planet, and you can buy it. They bottle it at the local grocery store, and I get it for. It's sitting in my fridge always. These aren't. This isn't too spicy.
Uh-uh. No, I was expecting worse. So what are you up to now? I know you got a business and you got wide open. Every time we text, I know you're busy, but you got a lot of stuff going on in your world.
A lot of stuff going on. Still making a little wine. Brought you a mixed case over there.
Can't wait. What's this other project you got going on?
It's a food technology.
Yeah, what is that? What do you...
Yeah, we look at. I don't want to bore your fan base to death, but
We're all interested. When Ben's talking, we're listening.
we look at global commodities that have systemic
And now you're
issues.
boring me.
Yeah. Like the peanut for its allergen component, right? It's a big problem. Coffee and cacao and chocolate are effectively going extinct. They're becoming too expensive. The yields are down, and so economies of scale, right? Econ. So we've set out to use more sustainable and upcycled materials and recreate those food items to like preserve those foods for the future.
It's gonna be like the Jetsons.
It's not though. That's the difference. We use like all natural inputs, so we were able to take a sunflower and transform it using like roasting methods and have it mimic a peanut flavor. So we have an allergen-free, peanut-free spread.
So airplanes, we won't have to not have food on an airplane because
Correct.
one guy has an allergy.
Correct. We're actually talking to a few of the major airlines right now.
That is cool.
About bringing peanuts back.
When
in
it
the store.
happens, what are they going to be called? What is your company called?
It's called Voyage Foods. Voyage Foods, yeah. And honestly, like the impetus of all of it is like the preservation of experiences like this, right? Where we get to sit around a table, eat the foods that we love, and know that they're never going to be unattainable.
Yeah.
Right. So for us, it's that same thing when like a person takes a bite of a chocolate bar, right, or their sip of coffee in the morning, right? Like we're working to preserve that experience. That's effectively what
Is
we're
it
after.
trade? Can I buy stock in it? Or is it public or no?
We're venture backed now. We took some big investment dollars this year, and we've put together an amazing team. It's about 27 employees and coworkers now. It was 4 when you were here last year.
Yeah.
So a lot of growth, man. It's been fun. It's been
Good
fun.
to be Ben.
It's okay. It's okay.
This is not that spicy. It's got just enough kick. And just messy enough.
I'm into it.
So, like we get asked this all the time. I do. If I could